This week has flown by, Asia. I'm so glad to have this conversation with you and this episodes that we're doing because I really want, if there's one thing I want people to do is have more joy. That's the goal of the podcast, is to move from burnout, opting out of struggle, and burnout and opting into joy. Because I do think that's our inheritance as Black women. And one of the biggest things that yes, it is
Right?
our inheritance. It is our
Truly.
birthright to be joyful as Black women. And it's like an honor to our ancestors and the people who didn't have access to as much joy, to make that the center of our lives, is finding joy in a healthy way. And one of the biggest robbers of joy is being broke.
Yeah.
So
Truly. Truly.
truly, I tell people, like, money cannot buy you like true happiness, satisfaction in self. Like, being a billionaire is never going to fill a hole in your soul, but being broke will never make you happy. Okay. Starving ain't going to fill you up neither and make you happy. So being broke is the enemy of joy. And we're not here for that. We're here to feel good about all areas of our lives, including money. And so my kind of last questions for you around money is, how do we feel good? Like, what is the joy that money can bring to you? How do we find that balance? And how do we bring more joy into our finances?
Yeah, I think just feeling good about your money and not being anxious about it, not letting past financial traumas burden you from doing what you want to do in the future, which may require some healing, right? Like it's going to get a lot messier before it starts to get better. We're really cleaning out the closet. We're diving in, we're getting messy, and eventually we're going to put everything back where it's nice and organized. But it is going to be hard at first. But like you said, the only way to get over it is to go through it. So that is going to mean just being honest about yourself, about what is really holding you back, what baggage is holding you back, looking at your money, setting up the right systems, and then trying to do something different that you know was no longer working for you. And how do you make some of those behavioral changes with your money so you feel good? So if you know, hey, I'm pouring into my retirement and my future, I have a savings, I have an emergency fund, I know what's happening with my bills, what's coming in, what's going out, and now I'm chasing after my goals. I can think about nothing better that brings joy to be able to say, hey, I can go on that bomb trip that I've always wanted to go on that I never thought was going to be possible for me. I get to live in the joy of knowing that I'm stable and comfortable and secure, and I am helping my family, other people, my loved ones live in that way too. So I think when we get past the messy part about money and feeling like we don't know what to do and we don't know ourselves, then we can get to the place of having a joyful experience with money and being able to treat people if that feels right for you, or go out to the amazing dinner that you wanted, get your hair done every week, nails done. I don't care what it is, whatever it is that brings you joy, I want that for you. But it does need to happen on the other side of understanding yourself and understanding your finances.
Absolutely. And it's about asking that question, do I want joy as like a moment, or do I want joy as a lifestyle? And that really
Yes.
should inform your money choices. Like, is this going to bring me joy in the moment, or is this going to rob me of having joy as a lifestyle? Because when you are that woman who's got the savings, the emergency fund, the 401k, the bills paid, those are happy people. They're like, and let me go to
Unstoppable.
the restaurant. Yes, unstoppable. They are walking with a sense of head held high, loving life. And I think that is the part that we miss out. And then the other part is, like, you can do micro moments of joy. I'm huge into that. So it's like, my joy jar, it has things in it. Maybe you can't, ball and buy the bag you want, but you could go to the movies. Like, you could make a special moment where you're like, I go to the coffee shop on a Friday morning and I treat myself to the latte I want and I sit and I read. But we need to decouple, that dopamine hit versus intentional moments of joy, which
Yeah.
brings us more balance. And then we're less likely. Like, when I started shifting that in myself with my stress and managing it better, I was less likely to click to cart, right? And more likely to be like, oh no, because I'm going to the movies and I just came back from a great, coffee with a friend and I'm full. So I don't need to go fill up and ruin joy as my lifestyle or future Kelley's chances of having that.
Yeah. And I love that you like joy is a lifestyle. Like that is perfection. Like that's what we're trying to get to. And ease.
Yes. We're tired. Aren't you all tired?
Yes, truly.
No, truly, no more money being the source of our fatigue and our exhaustion. Like, let's make it a goal to start today to be honest, to be transparent, and to know that there's people like Asia. You know, we don't have to do it alone. Like, that's the other part. That's not something to do in the corner, which is why I'm so glad we're talking about it. It's like, you don't have to do this alone. You have people in your corner who've written books, who've done podcasts, who offer direct therapy, one-on-one, looking at your money and helping you out. You don't have to do this with shame or do this alone. And I think that's also very, very important for people to get. And I hope they do get it, because you seem pretty joyful, Asia,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that
trying.
good. And I think because of that, like, that's always a question I ask my guests. It's like, well, what brings you joy, and how do you protect the things that bring you joy?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things, and I feel like anytime anybody asks me, like, what do I tend to overspend on or what do I like to spend on? I love to spend on food. Um, so going out to eat, and last night I did this. I went out to eat with my friend. We had a glass of wine, we had some pasta, and we just chatted. That fills me up with so much joy. Being there, laughing, enjoying each other's company, talking about work, life, all of it. Like that, it just like the atmosphere, the music, just all of it. It is not just about the food. It's about the whole aspect of coming together intentionally to be like, okay, we're not looking at our phones. We are just here together and having a nice time and really taking the time to catch up. That just lights me up. So I'm going to say food, community, atmosphere.
Yes, I love that. You painted the scene. I was like, I'm with you. I really love all of that too. And so, how do you set up a lifestyle that allows you to do that? How do you protect that, since that brings you joy?
Yeah, one, it's like one for me big is like protecting the calendar, like protecting the time. And what I like to do with friends that I see regularly when we're hanging out, I will be like, get out your calendar now. When is the next time we are hanging out? Let's get it on right now. Let's schedule it, block it out, whatever you need to do. Allows that. And then financially, it's putting it in the budget. Like, I know I can't do that. And depending upon where we're going and how much we're spending, this is not like a weekly trip, right?
Right.
It might be a once a month trip, depending upon where we go. Or, hey, let's go get a tea or let's go for a walk so that we can spend time and enjoy it in a different way. It doesn't always have to be eating, even though I love it. But making sure that I'm within my budget allows me to not feel bad when I and spending money for that, because I'm like, nope, you already knew that was coming down the road. There it is. That's fine.
Love that. So, and it's that balance, and it's intention. Whatever brings you joy, you have to be intentional about protecting it, because before you know it, it'll go for a
Right.
host of reasons. And so I love hearing people talk about that. Asia, the book is called Feel Good Finance. I'm holding up if you're watching us on YouTube. It's fabulous. It's really good. I am genuinely reading it. And I'm making my way through, and I think it is so, so good. I hope people grab a copy and follow up. But if they want to connect with you and understand more about specifically financial therapy,
Yep.
how can they do that?
Yeah. So I am on the socials. I'm on IG and TikTok. As long as that lasts. For and my handle is Asia E Therapy. So AJAE Therapy. If not, you can always find me on my website, which is asiaevanscounseling.com. And that's where you can also get the freebie to get financially naked.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Asia. It's been such a great conversation. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. This is lovely.